Hello, 10th grade Panthers. It's time to look at the process for future course planning through the online course planner tool in Career Cruising. When you have your course planner open in Career Cruising, you will notice that grade 9 is already in the books. You can see your grades noted. You should also notice by now that semester 1 for grade 10 should have final grades listed as well. We will be beginning the process to plan grades 11 and 12 so that you are on track for graduation and all of your post-high school goals. Check out the graduation tracking tool shown in the upper right corner. Grad Tracker is accurate for the majority of students, but you will still need to cross-check with your own credit check planning form you did last week. Keep in mind that as you look at grade 11, there are certain requirements for everyone, such as English 11, US history, your third year of math, and your third year of science. Then you also want to make sure that you prioritize any other graduation requirements you may still need, such as world language, art, CTE, PE, etc. Let's click on Learn More for your grad tracker to see what's going on with your overall credits. When I expand grad tracker in this example, I can see that this example shows me the class of 2021 and beyond and their credit requirements. I can also see noted in green what it is that I have already completed, credits that I have earned. I can also notice in orange credits that I have planned. These are credits that already show up on my course planner in Career Cruising. And then I can also notice in the third column the remaining credits. These are credits that are requirements that have yet to be planned on my course planner. In this example, you can see that this student has earned 6.25 credits in grade 9, and in orange on the progress bar, they have 6.25 credits planned for grade 10, but they have not yet planned any courses for grades 11 and 12 for the remaining credits to fill in to get to 24. When you want to know more detail, you simply expand the subject area and see the classes you have earned noted in green. You'll note the green boxes next to English 9 in this example that reflects the 1 credit of earned English. If I next expand this example for math, I can see a lot of information. I can see that the total credits required for my graduating class for math is 3 credits. I can see in green that I have earned my first credit by completing Algebra 1. I can see in orange that my second credit will be completed by using geometry. And I can see that my third math credit is not yet planned in black. So I'm going to just keep expanding all subjects to check my credit status and determine what it is that I still need to plan for. Please keep in mind that if you fail the semester of a required subject in either grades 9 or 10, at this point, your only route is to make something up in summer school. You really need to talk to your counselor in April. Otherwise, keep using this tool by expanding each subject area to determine your standing and keep making your plan to keep moving all of your credits into the planned category. Going along in this process, you want to make sure that you compare your planning form that you did in the past to what is shown in Career Cruising. So if questions come up, please ask those questions. Then we'll start putting courses in for grades 11 and later grade 12 that will complete our requirement planning so we're sure we're on track for graduation, any future courses that we want to make sure we meet the prerequisites for, and if I find any problems about my plan, I'm going to go ahead and ask those questions. Focus a little bit on your personal pathway requirements. At some point, everyone must complete a PPR or personal pathway requirement form. This is particularly important if you will exercise your PPR options for up to 1.0 art credit and/or up to 2.0 world language credit. This form must be completed with your counselor when we meet to check your schedule plan later in the registration process. Be sure, however, when you submit your schedule that A, both you and your parents must agree on your pathway choices, otherwise, by default, you will take the standard credit requirements. B, your PPR substitutions are chosen for a specific post-graduation pathway that you can articulate. And C, you know exactly what courses you are substituting and how they will connect to your post-high school plan. And then keep in mind later on that when you're making substitutions, these courses are going to throw off your career cruising credit tracking tool. We will later collect these forms and your parents will sign them at your student-led conference to approve your pathway. And later, your list of credit requirements should be changed to match your plan. So we're going to keep going back and forth. Right now, we're going to go back here and we're going to put in our courses by clicking on each of the boxes to fill in our requirements. Don't skip the part where you look at your credit standing first so you understand what you need and why you need it. And don't just fill in random classes because that is not going to get your requirements met or get you graduated. First, we will focus on the basic 11th grade requirements. Remember, those are English 11, US history, math, and science for your third level. Hit the box for English 11, you'll see your choices listed. It's pretty simple. It's either English 11 for a year or it's AP Language and Composition for the year. US history, same deal. When I hit the US history box, I see my choices are US history or AP US history. And the box for third year math, I'm going to notice that my changes are not so straightforward. Your third year of math will vary by student, but at a minimum, it must be Algebra 2 or higher to qualify to satisfy your third year math requirement. Algebra 2 comes after both Algebra 1 and geometry. If you won't get there until grade 12, that's fine, but just make sure it's in your plan. Some students may consider substituting a CTE applied math course if you are not planning on going to a four-year college. Those could include financial algebra, accounting, intro programming, and AP computer science. The third year of science is a requirement that you shouldn't forget about. Career Cruising has gone back and forth as to where they're going to show it in your grad tracker, but it is a course that is recommended to get done in your 11th grade year. The exact class that you take will vary by student, just the same as math, depending on your academic skills and your post-high school plan. But do keep in mind that chemistry or physics as an algebra-based lab science are requirements for a four-year college at some point. Please do keep in mind that your electives boxes are not necessarily just a random elective. In most cases, they are required for another requirement. Whatever credits you still have required in part of your four-year plan must be accounted for in your elective boxes. This could include world language, art credit, CTE or occupational ed, fitness, and other quote electives to get to your minimum of 24 total credits. Remember that four-year college wants at least 2 years of world language, French or Spanish, higher levels of science, including chemistry, physics in grades 11 and 12, and higher levels of math through grade 12. These fill in your elective boxes. After you have filled in all your elective boxes with your specific subject area requirements and you have confirmed that on your grad tracker screen, then an elective truly becomes an elective for whatever else is left over. When I click on an electives box, I can expand by seeing different categories and different subject areas that will complete my requirements. So if I need to find something like a CTE because I know I still need to plan that, then I can quickly expand those boxes and find CTE courses that would fill that requirement. In this example, I'm still looking for a CTE course. So I've selected CTE courses. It gives me a list of what those courses could be. At the bottom of the screen, I can see a course description for any of the CTE courses that I have highlighted. I can see what the prerequisites are, if I select that course, where it fits, and any potential future courses that I could build on in that subject area if I was highly interested. In this process, I keep going back and forth between opening boxes and selecting classes and then looking up occasionally at my grad tracking screen and seeing how my progression is going towards my 24 credits. I can go back to learn more. I can see how my credits fit. I can see in this example, where is it that I'm missing a couple of credits that I need to fill in, and then I can go in, plan those in, so I make sure that my plan reflects 24 of 24 credits. But this is what we are building, a nearly completed 11th and 12th grade plan that gets me as close to graduation as possible. Step is I have to do some cleanup. If I see mistake indicators, then I need to clean those up. If I see a red exclamation point, that means I do not qualify to take that course because I have not taken a certain prerequisite and I must change that course if it is for next year because I have to meet the prerequisite. If I see a blue exclamation point, that means I should just be double checking. There's something that I should be aware of, that I should take note of before I take that course, but it doesn't mean that I cannot take that course. It just means I need to keep a couple things in mind should I take that course. If your indicator is red, you must change that course. The piece of this is if I click on that blue warning indicator with the exclamation point, this is an example of what I will see. It shows me that if I'm taking this course out of order, and then what the placement warning would all be about. If it is a problem, I'll change the course. If I don't think that the warning is necessarily a problem for me, then I'm just going to keep that course. Now, if I click on a red warning indicator, this example will show me the problem. This shows me that I did not take the required course before the one that I chose to take. To correct this, I have to go back to my course plan and take the prerequisite course first. Then I can add the higher level course into my plan in another year. Once I correct my plan, the red indicator will go away. For emphasis sake, you cannot have any red indicators. Please change them before you finalize your plan. Step in the cleanup process. The next step you must check is how many credits you have requested for grade 11. It must be 6.0 exactly. This example shows that this student is missing 1.0 electives credit to get to 6.0 in grade 11. But they did choose 6.0 credits in grade 12, so that's okay. But they still need to go back and request one more credit of electives for grade 11. All right, I'm going to keep doing this process and going back and forth, making sure I have no red indicators. I've got blue indicators that I feel comfortable with. I'm going to have all my courses add up to 6.0 credit, and I will be planning to meet all my graduation and college entrance requirements. And then I will continue to cross-check the plan that I made on paper previously. And then I'll notice that in the upper right-hand corner, I have 24 of 24 credits planned for graduation. All right, a completed course planner of 24 of 24 credits should make you feel good. But keep in mind, if you exercised your PPR options, your planner is quite possibly not going to look complete. If your tracker is not complete, double check it to make sure your plan meets all of your requirements and you've accounted for your PPR substitutions, and then that's as close as you can get. You will be meeting with your counselor before final submission. In the broad scheme of things, it's all up to you to make yourself a plan to get yourself where you want to be. Because you want to graduate and because you have plans for life after high school, your courses have to line up to make both of those things happen. And only you can make sure that your planner is going to give you the opportunity to make your plans happen.